Okay, here we are with our clocks. We're back. So we're going to figure out exactly how many minutes have gone by on these clocks. So we're going to find out exactly how many minutes have gone by. So on this clock, it's pointing to this right there. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or we can go 5, 10, 11, 12. So this has gone 12 minutes after the hour. And if I was to draw a hand, hour hand, we would say that that is 4, the hour 4, the minutes 12. Okay, so if this is my minute hand is pointing way down here, so I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's pointing 23 minutes after, and if I put it here, it's 23 minutes after 10. So it's 10:23. Oh, there's my hand way over there. So I'm going to count around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47. So that one's pointing at 47 minutes. And if I draw my hour hand right there, I would say that that is not at the 12 yet, so 11:47. This clock, I could say, if I was going to be telling this time in a different way, I could say that it is 12 minutes after 4. And if I wanted to figure out how many minutes it has to go, that would be really tough. So I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. It's got 48 minutes until, or to 5. So I could say that in a different way. So we're going to try it with this one. We're going to tell how many minutes, then we're going to write how many it is to and how many it is after. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. So it's 38 minutes, and I'm going to draw my hour hand right there. So it's between the 2 and the 3, so I have to go back to the 2 because it hasn't gotten to the 3 yet. So it's how I could say that this clock says that it is 38 minutes after 2, or I can say how many minutes does it have to go until it gets to 3. So I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. So it's 22 minutes to 3. Well, there are different ways you could tell those times. This one is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 minutes after. And if I draw my hand like that, I would say it's 12:26. And this one is pointing to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 41 minutes after. 41 minutes after. Okay. So now you're going to see if you can think of all the different ways that you could write the time in words. So for an example, this is my time, 7:30, the hour is 7 and it's 56 minutes. So I could say that it is 7:56. I could say that it is 4 minutes to 8, or I can say it's 56 minutes past 7. So there are 3 different ways I could write those. So I'm going to ask you to pause and see if you can come up with the 3 different ways to write those times. Okay, go. Okay, you're back. So here at 52 minutes, if my hand is pointing to 52, I have to go 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. So it is 8 minutes to, it's 5 o'clock, so to 6. I could say it's 52 minutes after 5. Or I could say that it is 5:52. So those are the ways. I hope you caught them all. It was awesome. So here I'm at 48 minutes. So if I'm on my clock and I put to 48, that's 5, 10, 11, 12. 12 minutes to go. Minutes to, it's currently 3, so it'll be 12 minutes to 4. I could say that it is 8 minutes after 3, or I can say that it is 3:48. And those would be the correct way of saying that. Here it's 41, so 40 is what? 41. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's 19 minutes to, so it's the 6th hour, so it will be almost the 7th hour, so 19 minutes to 7. Or I could say that it is 41 minutes after 6, or I could say it is 6:41. And we got the last one, 9:34. So if it's 34 minutes, I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 minutes to. So it's 26 minutes to, now it's 9 to 10. I could say it's 34 minutes after 9. Oops, I'm supposed to do this in words. Or I could say it's 9:34. So those are all different ways to tell those times. So now one last activity before we go and look at your book. So when you were telling the time on the clocks today, a really good way to do it is to put something up against that hand and mark on your clock exactly what line it's pointing to. So when I do this, I've always got a ruler with me, and I always follow that line, because sometimes it doesn't come as close as what I'm drawing it, to the line on the paper, and that way you can accurately tell which line is that going to, because with minutes, you need to know exactly. So for these minutes, clocks, I need to tell what time it is. So my hour is between the 5 and the 6, so it's 5. And how many minutes? 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes. This one is between the hours between 4 and 5, so it's 4. And my minutes, this is 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 minutes. And because I've drawn that line, it's really easy for me to tell. My hour here is 9. My minutes are 5, 6, 7. Now don't do that. Remember what I said the other day, you always have to have 2 numbers behind your symbol. So it's going to be 9:07. And this clock is between the 11 and the 12, so we have to go stay at the 11 o'clock. And this is 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. It's 48 minutes after. Okay, so you have to use that ruler to draw where that line is pointing to. That will help you a lot with your work today. So today you are going to be telling time to the minutes. So the first activity is just following with that line, just like I told you to, and tell me how many minutes after the hour is it. You don't even have to tell me what hour it is. All I have to do is tell me how many minutes passed. Okay, so you're going to do that for all of those. Then here it actually says what time is it. So you're going to figure out how many minutes, use your paper, follow that line, and you'll see exactly which one it's pointing to. So how many minutes is it past what's the hour? What's the hour that it is? So here it's 6, there's 3, there it's 10. Okay, then you need to tell exactly what time it is. Use your ruler again to find out exactly what line is that pointing to. So you need to tell me the time. And here it says you need to put it into digital time. So remember we did yesterday that digital time always has to have 4 numbers. So this is almost at 12, so we'd say 12. So on the line right after the 11, so we'd say 56. So that is for you to do. Then on this page, they're doing exactly what I was doing for counting time back. When you have to say how many minutes is it to it, 5, 10, 15, and then you count your little lines past that. Just like you were doing going this way, you can do the exact same going backwards to find out how many minutes is it to. So how many minutes is to the hour is it? So now you're going to count 5, 10, 15, 20. Count this way to find out how many more minutes does it have to go. So you're going to do that for 4. For 5, you need to actually tell what time it is. So how many minutes does it have to go to get to what hour? So now it's still at the 5, so it's almost at the 6. So how many minutes do we have to go to get to 6? So you're going to tell how many minutes it has to go. 6, you're going to tell the time in 2 ways. How many minutes past, how many minutes to. So think about that when you're doing that. Just a reminder, an hour has 60 minutes in it. So if it's 4:35, this is 35 minutes past 4, how much time is it till 5? Well, you can go 60 minus 25, 35 equals 25, or you can just count backwards on the clock. Tell this time in 2 ways, just like these guys were. How many minutes to, how many minutes past. Write this time in numbers. So it's 25 minutes after 5, tell me the time. Oh, 20 minutes after 5, tell me the time. And then it says, write the time shown on the clock 3 different ways. So what are 3 different ways that you can tell that time? Probably something like this, how many minutes to and how many minutes past. And it's also a quarter, so that might be interesting. Okay, so you have 4 pages again today, but it looks like a lot because clocks take up lots of space. But you're just going to be telling how many minutes to, how many minutes after, and telling the time. So have fun. Use your clocks, a clock in front of you if you're getting stuck. Hey, have fun.